In Bengaluru, the dream of owning a home has turned into a legal and financial nightmare for thousands. Despite winning battles in the Karnataka RERA tribunal, home buyers say justice remains just out of reach as builders openly defy orders and government agencies very conveniently look the other way. From Whitefield to Jalahalli, home buyers who once invested their life savings with the promise of a roof over their heads are now trapped in a long, exhausting battle of justice. Construction delays, refund refusals, and outright defiance of compensation orders have become the norm. One buyer who booked a flat back in 2012 was promised possession by 2015. He got the flat 4 years late. Compensation was agreed on paper, 10 lakhs. But did it happen? No way. Another buyer invested 37 lakhs in a project near Electronic City only to see construction stop midway. The possession date was pushed back repeatedly. A revenue recovery certificate was issued, yet nothing has moved. The needle just refuses to move. Buyers allege that while RERA does the job by passing orders, it is powerless beyond that. Revenue officials don't act and builders find ways to defy or dodge action. Some buyers say they have approached everybody from the PMO to the Chief Minister's office, even human rights bodies, but to no avail. Meanwhile, builders continue to operate freely. Data from RERA shows that since the law came into effect, 796 enforcement orders have been issued. Nearly half of them involve refund claims. But Home Buyers Association say at least 30% of these refunds are stuck, caught in a web of non-compliance. It's a very urgent need that there should be a dedicated revenue recovery wing within RERA, officers who can attach and auction builders' property. What is the hope that all of us have, even as we get calls every day? Please take a home loan so that you can buy a home. I think most of us are really now tired beyond doubt. Sudhakar Lakshmana Raja, who is a home buyer and founder of Digital South Trust, has joined us, and Dhananjaya Padmanabhachar, convener, Karnataka Home Buyers Forum, has also joined us. A very big thank you to both of you. You know, I read this story and it's the same story. You can just, instead of Bengaluru, you can write Chennai, New Delhi, same story. Sudhakar Lakshmana Raja, let me start with you because you're a home buyer. You've also been quoted in that story. Tell us about your ordeal. What did you have to go through?
Thank you. Thanks for having me. So I booked an apartment in Mantri, Manyata Energia, Bangalore, a RERA registered project with 800 flats, launched in 2015 by a builder called Sushil Mantri. So I paid 78 lakhs in 2018, but the apartment was never delivered. I approached RERA in 2020 and I got an order in 2021, favorable order. But till date, 46 lakh is still due to me. As per Karnataka Land Revenue Arrears Act, the Deputy Commissioner of Bangalore is responsible for recovering this amount, but nothing has happened. So meanwhile, the project is now in NCLT and the resolution process is ongoing. This case is a textbook example of how homebuyers are misled. It clearly shows how the system often works against honest tax-paying citizens, while these responsible escape unaccountability. Since 2021, I have raised complaints and followed up with multiple authorities, Deputy Commissioner, Housing Department, Revenue Department, Chief Minister Office, Ministry of Housing, Urban Affairs, even the Prime Minister Office. So there was no solution till date. So at last, I'm the first Indian citizen who have filed a national human rights complaint in 2024 November, and they have accepted my complaint. In 2024 December onwards, they have been sending 3 reminders to the Deputy Commissioner Office for a response. Till date, there has been no response.
That's the whole point. There is no response. Look at the case of, what just now Sudhakar said. He's written to so many people, to the PMO, human rights, but ultimately, apply, no reply. That's what is happening with home buyers in Bengaluru. Dhananjaya, tell me something. The Karnataka Real Estate Regulatory Authority, RERA, It is actually toothless. It is powerless. It can say this should be done, you know, your money should be returned to you, my money should be, there should be refunded. Suppose it was 8 lakhs in 2015, today the value must be, I don't know how much, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs. But then what's the point, no, Dhananjaya? Neither will I get the flat, nor will I get the money. They say we don't have the power. So what does a home buyer do in Bengaluru then? What is the way out? Look at our friend Sudhakar. He's struggling.
Yeah. Ma'am, I think first of all, I wanted to congratulate your team for bringing up a very important issue, which is burning the entire home buyers community across India. And in Bangalore, it is the highest. The reason is one of the biggest challenges the entire country is facing is a corruption. So the department itself, a regulatory body, is corrupt, and non-implementation of the act itself shows the level of corruption in the system. So the RERA Act has been formulated, ma'am, in the year 2016, and in Karnataka 2017, RERA authority came into existence. But till today, can you believe or not, till today, there is no project completion guidelines. That means a single project which has been registered under RERA, there is no guidelines how the project should be closed. There is no project closure policy since 8 years. And we have approached the RERA authority saying that this is the way you should do the job of being an authority, being a regulator, by relating to other states. For example, we quoted the project closure policy of Odisha RERA. We have given submissions of Maharashtra RERA, how they are functioning. UP RERA, we have given some references. But still, even after 8 years, there is no guidelines of project closure. When we file an application with the department, housing department, there is no answer. Can you believe this system, how taxpayers have been looted by the system in a very, very manner which is not giving any justice?
Yeah, Sudhakar, I mean, Dhananjay, very well put, very passionately put. I'm sure a lot of people really, they recognize what you have to go through, your life savings, as it were. Sudhakar.
Exactly.
Sudhakar, I will ask you something. But what Dhananjay said, I want to ask you. Suppose you are a builder. I put XX lakhs, and I see they say you will get the flat in 2025. Suppose I went in 2020, let us say. If they do not give me the possession in 2025, by what Dhananjay says, it means I have to keep running to them. Will it happen tomorrow, next year? They can keep extending the deadline, is it? And I can be homeless till then or pay rent wherever I'm living.
I agree with you completely. There is no clear guidelines like how many times you can give an extension to any project which has been delayed, and as long as authorities are happy, they can keep giving for next 2 decades also. So that is the facts, and that is happening in Bangalore.
What about the money? Suppose they say, okay, sir, we could not deliver it, but you are owed 10 lakhs. What happens when, do you get the money at all? Sudhakar and Dhananjay both answer this question.
No, ma'am, absolutely.
No.
You know, in Karnataka, the home buyers are struggling so much to run behind pillars to post. RERA passes an order. I think you highlighted a very important aspects of how RERA functions. RERA authority passes an order, but the implementation is passed on to the government to implement it. And there is no person who is a revenue collector or a revenue inspector who takes the responsibility of ensuring that the money gets collected from the builders and then handing over to the home buyers. I can give you my own example. I have booked a flat in 2013, and till today I have not got my flat in a project called Mantri Serenity, and the case is pending before Supreme Court. Honorable Supreme Court of India has passed. High Court also has passed very similar judgment in the past, and even when we reach out to Supreme Court, when the builder has not handed over the possession of a flat, and the builder has got a atrocity to terminate my agreement. Can you believe this? Supreme Court passes an order saying that give the possession of a flat in Mantri Serenity apartment in Bengaluru, that the builder terminates the agreement. This is the level of justice that exists in India.
But Dhananjay, when Honorable High Court tells the Deputy Commissioner, please, the money should be paid back, if the money is still not paid back in many cases, why does that happen? What about the power of the judiciary then, Dhananjay?
This is exactly the point, ma'am, we wanted to highlight. Judiciary passes an order, and whose responsibility to respect the judiciary order? It's the government. The government has to ensure the judiciary orders have been respected, and absolutely no respect for the judiciary orders in Karnataka, ma'am. This is the problem that we are facing. Can you believe the Supreme Court passes an order to give me a possession, and the bill has an atrocity to terminate my agreement? And unfortunately, from last 1 year, I've been waiting for the final orders in Supreme Court, and I am not getting my hearing dates. So this is exactly what I wanted to highlight, ma'am. It is just not only the government. There are a lot of other elements that comes into picture when it comes to getting justice for home buyers.
All right.
Hence, we formed this Karnataka
yeah.
Home Buyers Forum, and we have 500 plus
Right.
apartment home buyers
I
who
hear
are struggling like this.
I hear you. You have my sympathy. You have News 9 sympathy. You have the South Indian, this show sympathy. Sudhakar, you heard what Dhananjay said, right? He terminates the agreement. Where does he go? He's waiting. On the other hand, in some cases, you know, Sudhakar, what has been done? They will suddenly stop the construction. They will say, we've stopped. Why? You come later. What do you do then? There are lots of cases. I've been reading cases where the construction has been stopped. There is a revenue recovery, even that has not been given to the people who've invested. So what is this? Some kind of anarchy? Do we live in a banana republic? Why is the government or any other authority not looking into it? Do you think there is a nexus between the builders and the politicians, Sudhakar? Lakshmana Raja.
Yes. Now, then there is a big nexus between builders and authorities as well as the banks. The recent Supreme Court order for a CBI inquiry into the builder-bank nexus is clearly shows how deep the nexus it is, how deep the nexus it's running. And thanks to the Supreme Court, they have highlighted this, but still we need to wait for the results.
Also, you know, in some cases, let's give, you know, RERA has to be given more power, I think, Dhananjaya. Don't you think they should be given more power, more teeth? Because poor fellows, they say in a lot of cases, suppose they were supposed to deliver a flat to me in 2015 and it came to me in 2025, they are ready to pay compensation, but it does not come because they do not have the rights for recovery or for doing anything. Dhananjaya, speak a little about that. It's powerless, I say.
Exactly.
What's the
It's
point then of having? It's toothless.
It's a toothless. It's a toothless. RERA has become a toothless engine in Karnataka because of the non-willingness of the authorities to take action. Ma'am, I can tell you RERA as an act empowers the authority to even send the builders to jail if the builders are not honoring the RERA orders. If the power has been given, vested in the act, why authority is not taking the action against? Send a couple of builders to jail for not respecting the RERA orders. I can tell you the system will get automatically corrected. So this is where the will of authority comes into picture, and we request the authority, if they are watching this TV, watching your television on this channel, to respect and understand the home buyers' pain they're undergoing. 12 years for a flat, even after having a Supreme Court order, if I don't have a house, where should I go? This is the country that I live in. This is the country that I've given all my earnings. 20% of my earnings gone to the development of this country as a taxpayer, and another 20% as a GST and other all kind of taxes that I pay. Even GST is something that we can debate it, but all kind of tax we pay. Almost 50% of my life earning has gone, and the majority of money is stuck. I don't have a house. Where should I do? So Sudhakar and a lot of these kind of home buyers are coming together to form Karnataka Home Buyers Forum to fight against this. And we really thank media like you who are actually bringing the pain of home buyers across the country. And I hope policy makers should watch this and fix the problem that we are facing.
796 enforcement orders have been issued since the act came into effect, says that article. You know, and while roughly 50% of these involve builder refunds, nearly 30% of these refunds are stuck because of non-compliance. What is this non-compliance, Dhananjaya?
Ma'am, as per non-compliance is considered multiple non-compliance that involves. For example, a builder has not completed the project for variety of reasons, right? And then the authority is unable to attach because authority doesn't have powers to attach because the responsibility of attachment or responsibility of recovery of the money is with the government, which means the revenue department, which falls under the government, is responsible for that. Do you have any timelines to do the recovery of the money? There is no timelines. In fact, from the Karnataka Home Buyers Forum, we requested, please bring recovery of the money under Sakala mission. There is something called Sakala mission in Karnataka where there some services can be brought under timely bound delivery of the services, whereas the RERA recoveries is not under the Sakala mission. And we requested, why not the government think about it, bringing changes if they want to do it? Absolutely no. So this is one important issue on the complaints part, because RERA authority today cannot directly involved in recovery unless there is a executive order passed by the government.
Exactly.
The vested interest.
Exactly. Sudhakar, even if RERA comes with some orders, these are all paper orders. Sudhakar, do you think that has any value? That's what Dhananjay and I have been saying. Toothless, powerless,
no value,
Sudhakar.
Madam.
Yeah.
It has no value, madam. It has no value.
All right.
My story is a clear example that how these orders are playing. So you will keep running from department to department and you will not find any solution. That is the state of Karnataka right now.
What happens?
And we have been studying these issues past 1 year.
Just a minute. I'll come to you, Dhananjay. I'll come to you. Sudhakar, what kind of a hope do you have now? You've also gone to the Human Rights Commission. I mean, which is about violations of human rights. Of course, it's a violation of your right to shelter, right to life in more ways than one. You need your home. You paid for it. Do you have any hope at all, Sudhakar?
Ma'am, actually, we are waiting for an appointment with the government. I hope they will provide an appointment. So we have a solution as an organization. We have been working for a year on deep-rooted issues for home buyers, and we have solutions in a blockchain. So we wanted to propose it to the government. So apparently there are some few state RERA authorities shown interest and approached us for research support. So we are waiting for Karnataka government to give us an appointment.
I'm sure the government will listen to you after watching this show, because they also ultimately want to build brand Bengaluru. Dhananjay, I have very less time limit, left. Please say what you had to. You wanted to say something.
Ultimately, one small request to the government is home buyers are the honest taxpayer of this country, because they pay 30% of the tax directly from their salaries. Another 20% through indirect taxes, left 50% of their life earning will gone into the home buying. So if the government is not ready to invest in terms of fixing this problem, we will stop buying the properties in Bengaluru. This is the statement from Karnataka Home Buyers Forum. We are recommending home buyers to please stop purchasing properties until they fix the problem. Let us the turbulence begin, and let us stop purchasing, and let us show the consumer power. And then I request government should take some action on this.